This current political environment is going to, I hope, over the next 6 months, really start focusing on that, because we haven't had a real strong, intense national debate about how much does America want to invest around the world. We're seeing a new world order now being built, a post-World War II world order. And I don't think America can retreat from that. I think we have to balance and adapt and adjust to the realities and the currents of this new world order.
A Westland business owner lines his property with small American flags in honor of Memorial Day.
But someone in the city didn't approve of the patriotic gesture. Now those flags are gone.
A fight over flags on fire trucks is leading to new problems at a local firehouse.
It's at a department that's been in the news plenty in recent years.
It's American to us.
An American flag on the back of a fire truck and decals on the truck windows, now leading to a new dispute at the Central Coventry Fire District. The firefighters union says it's being asked to take them off. Fire District Chairman Fred Grolinski likened the flags on the trucks to what you see from terrorists. This is an audio recording of a board meeting.
They look like a bunch of yahoos, like in the paper when they're the ISIS going into Syria to take over a city. I don't think they need that big flag on the back of the truck, because that's not America to me. Those are a bunch of terrorists. So I'm going to ask you to please take the flag off that truck.
All that has to happen is for someone that wants to put a sticker or a decal on the fire truck to go to the board and ask permission.
But the union president maintains he's being asked in private to remove the items from the trucks.
But you're saying something else is happening behind the scenes?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's basically sums it up.
See, it's been happening nonstop, like every week.
I know.
Nothing but helicopters just flying by. Nice and mini.
And why are they in a row like that? Why are they just hovering downtown? See, what is that? How much just going in circles?
New developments all new at noon about a rude awakening in Beech Grove. A loud midnight military training exercise had several residents up in arms, mainly because it took them by surprise.
We didn't know. I mean, the one that was all blacked out, kind of a little weird, because normally you see helicopters, multiple lights, multiple blinking, everything flying through the sky, and there was one that wasn't. Just kind of, what's going on out here?
Loud explosions and the roar of helicopters. Sounds like an action movie, right?
Yeah, well, it's also the way that several residents in Beech Grove were woken up in the middle of the night.
We're supposed to be able to sleep while he's chasing a black helicopter.
Let us know that you're going to do this. You know, you got people around here, they might have had a heart attack, older people. They're hearing bombs. It sounds just like a war. That's not right. You know, it was poor judgment on whoever's.
Now, they even called and made sure that they talked to dispatch, although when our Call 6 Investigates team reached out to the local dispatch, they say they had no idea what was going on here overnight. The training session involved at least 100 military personnel, many of them armed in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you see that too?
Yeah, I was reporting it.
What is it?
I don't know. There are a bunch of helicopters.
Like 7. There was like 12.
Military activity in Sutter County has a small community looking up toward the sky wondering what is going on up there. Large helicopters making several late-night flybys in a small community just north of Yuba City.
Locals want to know what is going on, and ABC 10's John Bartel gets answers.
But last week, a new speeder flew into town.
As they're coming towards you.
Enrique says a large Army helicopter similar to this Chinook carrier made a flyby several times over his house.
It finally was like, what the heck is going on?
The answer to that question is just a few miles from Enrique's house.
Flew down our airstrip, sort of parallel to it.
This is Richard Alexander. He works for Sutter Butte Dusters. Last week, his office got a strange call.
We're gonna use your runway.
Alexander says members of the 160th Special Operation Aviation Regiment asked to do some training near the Dusters airstrip.
You really can't see anything.
Alexander's boss agreed. The helicopters came in the dead of night. This surveillance video didn't catch much of the action, but the whole town heard it.
Just coming in, landing hard and fast.
So the guys at the airstrip say the helicopters were going so fast that it blew these traffic cones 10 feet into the rice field.
Yeah, they didn't have any lights on and they were all blacked out.
The 160th Special Operation Aviation Regiment is the same regiment that helped with the Osama bin Laden raid. The regiment is based out of Kentucky. A spokesperson for the military didn't get back to us.
The military presence was seen over and around Lake Erie today. Marine helicopters and other vehicles took part in a training exercise along the lakeshore in Hamburg. That training took place at 9 this morning and then again this afternoon. Police say it's their understanding the training was a one-day event only.
People living along the Richardson Highway corridor will see an increase in military convoys and training action later this summer. U.S. Army Alaska will be hosting Arctic Anvil, a U.S. Army Pacific level exercise being held in Alaska for the first time. It will involve approximately 8,000 soldiers and military support personnel. U.S. Army Alaska is working closely with the Alaska Department of Transportation and the interior Alaska communities to ensure the hundreds of military vehicles have as little impact on local and tourist traffic as possible.
I wrote a story that came out this week, and it was sort of an exploration of fintech. I got rid of cash for an entire month. Didn't use any physical cards, so just digital means. And throughout the experiment, I wanted to push myself and try to find what's the furthest possible extent of this future of payments.
Are you more pessimistic on fintech as a whole as a result of this, or is the trajectory just more shallow than we think?
I think what we have, there's definitely a really interesting, bright future here. A lot of people are saying, okay, Apple put out Apple Pay, we got Samsung Pay, Android Pay, all these things are going to change us right away. But this is it's kind of a generational, behavioral thing that takes time.
The man who's running for the Brevard County School Board is now out of jail.
He was arrested after an outburst during last night's meeting.
I'm not going in.
Carried out by the school board he wants to represent.
Obviously, what they did to me was absolutely wrong. It was against my constitutional rights.
Dean Petarakis says he came to last night's school board meeting to expose district corruption. He raised questions about a former Heritage High School teacher he says a couple years ago showed a naked photo of himself to his students.
We have a teacher who put his phone onto the big screen and showed what the students say was his erect.
But talking like that, the chairman of the board cut him off.
No, it isn't.
Asked to leave, Petarakis declined, so he was forcefully removed by sheriff's deputies. The audience disagreeing with authority.
I asked Desmond, sorry, I'm a black person off thing. No, it isn't. This, what is it now? Let's stop buying time. Let's stop buying time. No, sorry, it's not appropriate. What? Are you kidding me? You're
Petarakis says he's a teacher, parent, and a veteran. He says last year he was kicked out of a school board meeting after speaking out against Common Core. Now Petarakis says that schools no longer put children first.
Former child star Elijah Wood says Hollywood has a seedy underbelly of child sex abuse and that those responsible are being protected by the entertainment industry elite. Wood, who's been acting since he was 8, told the Sunday Times there are a lot of vipers in this industry, people who only have their own interests in mind. But other child stars from the same era have made similar accusations in the past. In 2011, Corey Feldman said he and other child stars in the 80s were abused by people with a lot of power in the entertainment industry.
I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia. There was a circle of older men that surrounded themselves around this group of kids.
Wood said he was lucky to have a mom who protected him from abuse, but added, "I've been led down dark paths to realize that these things probably are still happening."
It kind of feels like I'm making history a little bit.
In what could be a first at Santa Barbara High School, the students choose a transgender student as their prom queen.
Blue's bisexual classmate Sabrina Dabby was named King.
The world is moving forward. You might as well move with it.
We are a nation of dog lovers. But meet the men who don't just want to own a dog. Come on, babe. They want to be one.
Everybody loves a puppy.
Good boy.
It isn't the seedy activity people think it is.
Secret life of the human.
And, you know, on the surface we thought, oh, maybe this is 1 or 2 people doing it behind closed doors. And actually, the more we did research on the subject matter, we found out that this was actually a very big community.
Chew toys to play with and see if I can do it for you. You've got chew toys and tennis balls, and there's all sorts of bits and pieces that you can do as a pup. Probably about the sort of the point where I stop and fall out and come back human is for the toilet trip moments. The sort of I'm still house trained in that sense, I suppose.
Organic explosion of love and, I don't know, just good human will towards creating change on this planet.
We're going to do a welcome to start, but just keep in mind that we're going to go around, and any vows that you want to make to the sea or to water, you know, you'll have a chance to speak your vows. In the power you have vested in us, we now pronounce you married to the sea. Congratulations. You can kiss the sea.
You can have 2 rings if you want.
You can go consummate your vows and make love with the water and stick your toes or any part of your body. Congratulations, everyone. You're now
The debate continues today after Tennessee joined 10 other states to sue the federal government. This has to do with the so-called bathroom bills that require students to use certain bathrooms.
You don't have to go out and do a song and dance for seculars because they won't believe. They won't believe anyway. You can pray for them. That's the way it's going to be. But understand, people are going to choose evil, but you don't. Our democracy cannot be sustained without a shared commitment to certain moral truths about the human person and the human community. The basic question before a democratic society is this: how ought we to live together? And in seeking an answer to this question, can society exclude moral truth and moral reasoning? Set yourselves apart from this corrupt generation, my brothers and sisters. You weren't made to fit in, you were born to stand out.
A bonita festa. Olha, a previsão dos organizadores é que o evento acabe só às 9h30 da noite.